Greetings, Grand Star Superma. 'Tis an honor to have thine presence in our humble abode. Prithee, allow me to share a delightful philosophical tidbit. The unexamined life is not worth living. Socrates.
Hello, hello, welcome on in today. How is everyone doing? Oh my gosh, it's been such a week. I I kind of got most of the stuff that I need to do for this semester. It's like for the writing stuff for now, it's like kind of almost done, which I'm really happy about. I'm actually really exhausted today. I'm not sure if I can get through the entire 3 hours of stream. I will try. I cannot promise anything. Um, but I will do my best to get through it. Today we are just going to go to do like knitting nonstop. Oh, but before any of that, I hope the sound is alright for you. If it's not, please do let me know in chat. I will fix it. Um, I would have to say the necessary stuff. Welcome and thank you for coming to my stream. Just note that this stream, as of all my other streams, are part of a UBC research study about the VTubing community. So while today's content may not be related, if you chat me via the chat, you consider as consenting. Anything entered in the chat plus a recorded live stream will be used as research data. So if you chat with me and you realize that you don't want to be a part of this anymore, feel free to DM me or email me anytime. If you're just here to watch, feel free to stay around. You'll not be considered as a participant aside from your viewership. That's always appreciated. If you want to know more about my study, feel free to check out my bio for more information. The ethics ID is just right at the corner over there. So if you have any questions about it, please don't hesitate to let me know. I'll be more than happy to share more with you. Yeah. Aside from that, as I mentioned in like a Wednesday stream, I don't really have any like research findings this week. Probably because I've just been so like cooped up with like all the writing that I had to do that I just don't have time to write. But I promise that I will be more present next week because that is when like I probably would have recovered from like the whole amount of like stuff that I needed to do, and will be more active I think in my findings. I hope there are a few things that I've been okay. So like the thing is that for research at least I for like on the VTubing community I have been monitoring my social media channels, and I think I mentioned it as well on Wednesday. Is it tapering out a little bit? I don't think it's a bad thing that it's tapering out. I am actually like quite okay with it tapering because it is the end of the year. Many people are going to be busy with their lives, so I don't really expect like an increase or anything like that for like on social media and stuff. But I just think that it's very interesting how it has been progressing. I'll probably have to rearrange my thoughts on it next week and like report back on it. But yeah, I'm just like watching it constantly, keeping an eye on it, and like seeing how it evolves and changes over time. So hopefully I might be able to come up with some interesting things to discuss about next week. Aside from that, I have been doing shorts on. I'm going to do like a shorts series on what do we call it? How to do research. Uh, because I realized that that is something that I actually really love doing. Like research, obviously, is something that I find really fun. I am still learning, obviously, for research and stuff. So it's just like tips and tricks that I picked up while doing research in my job. So I hope that people will like the content I put out. It's actually I would say that it's not really so much of how do I put it? I am not doing it because I think that it will be engaging. I know that sounds weird, right? Like, why are you doing content that just but you might not be engaging? But I felt like as somebody who has been doing research for a while, and as something that like I kind of have been picking up and learning along the way, I feel like it's a very necessary skill to have, especially with like everything that's been going on in the world recently. So I thought it'd be nice to just give some like thoughts about it. There are so many good resources out there that already does it, but I feel like sometimes it might be good to have it there. And like during the duration of this research project, I was thinking to myself that since I'm doing it, might as well do it for good, So that is like the reason why I'm deciding to use research as like kind of like my niche. When it comes to VTubing, I know that it's not everyone's cup of tea. Most people are like, we just want to have fun. We're gonna talk about work and stuff. But like, I'm sorry, research is fun for me. I enjoy it a lot. So yeah, y'all have to suffer along for the consequences of my love and my joy. Yeah, with that, let's move over to the live activity today. I hope that the camera's working fine. I shifted it slightly because I realized I was monitoring like the previous videos, like the VODs and stuff. I haven't uploaded the VODs yet, but like I realized that I tend to like move very close to where I am, so you can't really see it. So I shifted the camera such that it should be more accessible, I think, for people to be able to see what I'm doing. But here is the progress so far. We have finished like the main body of the knit itself. So this is the body, and this is like the end of it. You can see. We still do have to do the edges, but like this will probably come after we're done with like the main part of like the body, because we do need to sew on some buttons as well. So that will be afterwards, but now we are working on the sleeves. So we worked on one side of the sleeve, we haven't done the other yet. So I'm trying to get through this by hopefully not, I probably will be able to finish this today, but I want to get through as much as I can possibly do this week, because next week's streams will be mostly focused on, I'll be doing like 3-hour streams, similar to this week. So 3-hour streams on Wednesdays for Animal Crossing, and then 3-hour streams for on Friday for crafts. So, but I wouldn't be doing this knit because it will be pretty much the same thing across. I will instead be doing Manowar, but wire wrapping some bracelets, because I do have to get to my Christmas presents. So yeah, that's something that we will be doing for next week. So today will be all about knitting. Wish me luck. I haven't actually done knitting for like 3 hours on end and just talking. So I hope I do it well. By the way, can you see how like I love this because I love the pattern of this. It's because it looks like little butterflies. Don't you think it looks like pretty butterflies? I wish I knew how to like change colors for knitting, because that's not something that I'm particularly good at. I'm bad at that shit. So it hasn't been very, how do I put it? I haven't been really good at change the color changing, or like a style of it is called intarsia, whereby like you basically have like 3 different balls of color and then like you just mix them up like while knitting. I'm not good at that. I haven't actually practiced much of it, actively practiced much of it. I probably should get to doing that, but for now we're still on the solid color stuff. Yeah, so here is the pattern for today. As you can see, oh, okay, you have to close this, you can't see that. Let me just reopen my iPad. There we go. Here we are. So as you can see, the sleeves right now, we're basically just reducing it as it goes. So like that's like the knit stuff here, and it's basically saying that how many rows that we need to do before we get to the knits together. So right now I'm like 4 rows in. I still have like a few more left to go. So we're gonna do another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then we will knit 2 together for the next one. I wouldn't be relying too much on the pattern, because this is really just straight knitting. There really isn't any other like crazy thing that's involved, so we'll just be like going at it. Aside from that, I left like the as you can tell, you can see like the little things around it. I hope it's not too distracting. The reason why I did that is because I feel like it's much easier for people to see what I'm doing. But I guess it doesn't really help, because like the tracking constantly like tracks me, right? Yeah. I wonder if there's a way to keep autofocus on without the side things. I probably have to try that out next time. For now, let's just, you know, go back to manual focus. I think this would be much clearer for you guys, but I'll probably have to adjust it from time to time. So I want to show you guys something. So like if you can see like the sleeves itself, you see here there's like a little bit of a strain. I don't know, let me just try and bring it closer a little bit. Can you see like there's like a little bit of a strain that like causes like the stitches to not make sense? That's what happens when your tension is wrong. What I mean by that is not so much of you pulling the yarn wrongly, but when like a certain like yarn like kind of like snags and then kind of traps all of the yarn together. So like what I usually like to do is just like go in and I just like do this. I know you're not supposed to do that, but it's just to like kind of relax like the sections that kind of like have like yarn snacks in between, just to like get it out. Usually a wash will kind of even this out, but sometimes it doesn't go away, so it really depends. I'm not personally, because it's like at the bottom of like the sleeve, like you literally can't see it. I'm not too pressed about it, but like some people are, so they might go back and do it. Okay, let me just change up the music. I have been listening to recently I have been driving out to like Christmas music, so we're gonna do some Christmas rounds because I'm feeling it. It's been a long time since we did some Christmas music, so we will do that. Let me find like a good playlist. Oh, look for has a song. Let's go. Let's try this. And then if it doesn't work, we can always try something else. But I would say, where I'm living, things have been getting real festive. I haven't been like getting out of the house in a bit because like obviously I'm like swamped with paperwork and things like that. But like just the other day, I was heading out to get some what do we call it? I was going out to get some cake because I was like, I need a bit of cheering up. I'm gonna get cake. And then like I bought like so many cakes. And like on the way back, I was like, when I stepped into the store, it's like this really nice like store that that is there is in Vancouver called Thomas Hass. I'm not sure if any of you have tried that brand. It was the first time I actually been to one of those branches, but like I was like, hell yeah, I just need a cake. I'm depressed. I need to feel festive. And so like I went to Thomas Hass and I got like 2 cakes, like the Mont Blanc, as well as like their classic like black cake, and it was so good. Like I love Mont Blancs. Okay, so like some lore about me, I love Mont Blancs. I think Mont Blancs are like one of the most classiest desserts out there. I had a few Mont Blancs when I was in Japan. I had a few Mont Blancs back when I was working in Southeast Asia still. And like I'm actually very picky about my Mont Blanc because like for me, a Mont Blanc has to have chestnut. So I mean obviously it's made with chestnut, right? But like there's some versions of Mont Blanc whereby they put too much like soft cream inside, and then like you don't taste like the chestnut. Like the chestnut is literally just like the pipings that's like goes around like the pie, like the dessert, but like there's like no chestnuts inside it, just like plain like cream. I hate those kind of Mont Blancs. Those are not Mont Blancs to me because it's like I paid like $6 to $8 for a Mont Blanc to taste like chestnut, not like cream, you know. So like I hate those kinds of Mont Blancs. I love it when one particular type of Mont Blanc that I really love is the kind where like they actually put like a whole chestnut in it, like the entire chestnut, just like stick it right in the middle of like the Mont Blanc. I love those too. Anytime and if anyone gives me like a whole ass chestnut, I'm big in the knees. That sounded wrong, but yeah, that's like my favorite. Yeah, so like you see how this happens. See if we can check like the fiber of it. Can you see? There is like a small like touch of fiber like right here. That is what happens when it snags and then it tightens up the entire thing. So you don't want that to happen. You want to like make sure that it's like relaxed on your needle. But as I was saying, so I am very skeptical about Mont Blancs in general because I had so many bad Mont Blancs. I had a few good ones, but they are not but like usually they're bad. They just don't find the balance right? Or they're just too stingy with like the chestnut that I'm a bit annoyed. I'm a bit sad about it. So when I went to Thomas Hass, I bought like the chestnut one, and I tried like the Mont Blanc from them, and I'm like, holy shit, this is so freaking good. They don't have the whole chestnut in the Mont Blanc itself. But like the entire cake was bursting in like chestnut flavor that I didn't need it. I didn't miss like the chestnut in it. And I was like, god damn, what the hell? What the fuck? It was so good. I would go back for another slice. That's crazy. Yeah, but like when I walked into the store, it was so Christmassy. They have like chocolate Christmas baubles and stuff as well, and I was like, oh, I want one. But it was like, I don't know, $50 for like a Christmas bauble, and I was like, yeah, I don't have money for that shit. And it was like, it's filled with Christmas like truffle, like chocolate truffles. It's like, I feel it's the reason why it was like so, what do we call it? Like expensive. But at the same time, like, I just can't justify, you know, paying that amount of money for chocolate. Like, I love chocolate. I just don't think that it's very wise to eat that much at one go. Okay, so this is also another lore about me. I haven't actually finished an entire tub of ice cream in one sitting before. I know of friends who did it. I know of like people who love like buying like this one tub of like ice cream and like polishing the entire thing off. I can't do that. I am weak. I'm bad at that shit. Oh, my hands are shaking so much today. Why? Maybe I'm nervous. Of what? I don't know. But yeah, man, I just never found that indulgence of like eating that much ice cream in one sitting fun. I know some people find like eating like large servings of things to be really good. And this is why I'm bad at buffets as well. I can't do buffets. Purely because like, I personally don't eat a lot. I have to clarify. I love food, okay? I love food. I love trying new things. I'm the kind of person who will go to like a different country and like try out all like the delicacies they have to offer. Even if it's something that I'm not particularly familiar with, like flavors and stuff, I love trying new flavors. I get very curious when people say like, oh, this is something that you can forage from this place. It's a very unique flavor. I am the kind of person who go out to look for the berries, the said berries, and try them out to see how they taste like, so that I know that what it's like in my flavor profile. There's a backstory to why I love doing this, but basically that is the reason why I would say I'm pretty open. I love food because like I love flavors. I love when I make like a good meal, I'm happy and I get very excited about it as well. But I'm not a big eater. Like I wouldn't I wouldn't pay money for a buffet to eat like huge quantities of food. Like to me, that huge quantities of food is not my idea of a good meal. Does that make sense? Like I know some people love buffets because they are like, God damn, so much food, this is a luxury. But to me, that just sounds painful. I cannot understand. I mean, I admire people who can eat a lot. I think people with like, who has a very strong aptitude for eating, I respect and admire them a lot. But personally, I can't do it. I'm weak, okay? I'm weak. I can't do that shit. I don't know who else. I don't know anyone in my friend group that was like that though. Like loves food but can't eat a lot. I don't know. But yeah, that's like my problem, I guess. Oh, love this song. For Christmas, this is one thing I need. I don't care about those presents. Christmas tree, want you for my own. Could ever know. Make my wish come true. Yeah, Mariah Carey. Can you imagine the amount of money she earns? Oh, I should talk about like the backstory. The reason why I love like tasting flavors of food. And I blame it on my brother, Milo. Why, you may ask? Okay, so Milo, like me, is also a minor immortal, right? We belong in the same department, but he researches on food and drinks, like food cultures and drinks. He's still in like the Southeast Asian branch. When I went away for like this whole global, like when I went away to do this media thing, he was like, "Man, bring back some food." And I'm like, "I don't know. I could bring you maple syrup, I guess, but like I don't know anything else that I could bring for you." But yeah, so Milo was the reason why Milo was the reason why I love food. Since like I was okay, so the thing is that since I was young, when I was still a baby, together with like him, he has always been really like huge about food and stuff like that, right? And I was not. I like cooking. I love food, but I wasn't like crazy about like flavors or anything. To me, like food is food. I eat it to survive. I eat it to gain energy, all that stuff, right? But then when he got interested, when he found his calling, he started like teaching me about food. He started being like, okay, Kilo, like these are the stuff that you need to like be aware of when you taste something. You gotta remember what it tastes like, because like imagine if you can the flavor combinations that you do and all that stuff. And it doesn't help that I was basically his guinea pig in terms of like food and stuff. Thankfully, he was never a bad cook. He never made anything bad. He always made like delicious food. That's why I say it was a calling, right? Because like callings, at least for minor immortals, we call it a calling when we find something that we are good at and naturally good at, and we stick to it, and it eventually develops into what we specialize in. So for him was food. For me, it was cultural research. So very different callings actually. So because of him, I went around and tried a lot of stuff. I learned a lot about different flavors and stuff. And he was also the one that taught me how to drink. So everything starts from somewhere, and my interest in food and drink started from Milo. So yeah, Milo was the reason. Oh, my hand hurts. I didn't do my wrist movements. Okay, so come, since we have time. Sometimes when you are knitting, or like when you're doing like craft work, your hand hurts, right? It's very important to do like warm-up exercises. I know you're like, huh? What when you need to like do warm-up exercises for knitting? Trust me, tennis elbow is a lot more common than people think for people who actually do like crafts and stuff. So it's very important that you warm up your wrists when you like actually like do stuff like that. Don't have to do it all the time. You're doing like minor knitting and stuff, it's fine. But like when you feel like a bit of soreness coming in, always good to just give yourself a little bit of a stretch, a bit of a break before you're getting back into it. I need to count how many rows I've done. Let's do 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so ever since I started traveling, having the capacity to travel and stuff, I will make it a point. I wouldn't look for. Okay, so the thing is about me is that another problem with me is that like as much as I love food, I wouldn't go out of my way to try like fantastic restaurants. Like when I travel, food isn't at the top of my list. Okay, there are many times whereby I will be traveling and I just don't eat for a day, and then I will be like, shit, I need to eat. And then I would just like buy convenience store food and then just go back to my room and munch that, and then like scuff that down. So like looking for like mud tips, what do you call it? Like fantastic restaurants was never really my kind of thing, I would say. But like I make it a point that when I go to like a new place, I would look up like the best, like the produce. So like I will look up like their most famous produce and try that, and like look for it and try that. So I wouldn't look for food, I will look for produce, which is a very weird thing. You're like, how does that work out? So what I mean by that is that, for instance, in okay, but the one was a miss. I didn't manage to get it because it was too expensive and I was too broke. I always wanted to try songi posot, that's Korean, for pine mushrooms, like the wild pine mushrooms. And apparently they were a delicacy in Gangwon-do, which is like a region in a prefecture, I guess, a region in Korea. And I was in the region, but it was the wrong season. I was there like in like late summer, and like I think like songyipos, or like pine mushrooms, were like seasonal in autumn, and they were really expensive. So like I knew that like I wasn't able to afford it, but like I was like going around just like in random stores and just like seeing if any of them sold it. Obviously not, because it was the wrong season. Didn't stop me from trying, but like yeah, so stuff like that. I would try out like produce that's from certain years. So like for instance, when I was like currently, like right now, obviously I am situated in Vancouver, I tried out like all of the produce that is available. So like sockeye salmon, spot prawns, cherries, strawberries, blueberries. Okay, hot take about strawberries. Okay, this is a really hot take about strawberries. Like Canadian strawberries are great, but I think British strawberries are better. This is a very personal take, and I feel like I will ruffle a lot of people's feathers. I'm not saying that the strawberries are bad. I'm saying that strawberries are good, but like I had better strawberries when I was in London. I was in England. I know people are gonna be like, "What do you say, Kello?" And I'm just like, it's true though. The sweetness of a British strawberry is unparalleled. Like, I can just go into a random ass store, buy like a bunch of like strawberries, and they'll be like the sweetest, juiciest ass shit I ever tasted in my life. The strawberries here are sweet and juicy, but they don't have the same like sweetness and juiciness of like a British strawberry. There, I said what I said. Yeah, so strawberries. I like to try like different produce from different places. So like now that I'm in Vancouver, because like in the past I was, like I said, I was based in Southeast Asia, right? There isn't mushrooms there. Like there isn't like as many varieties of mushrooms in Southeast Asia as they are in Canada. So when I was appointed here, when I was like asked to come here, I made it a point to try as many mushrooms as possible. So I have thus far tried lion's mane, morels, chandels, what else? Lobster mushrooms. I don't like those. I may have cooked it wrongly. I'm not sure, but I only literally just used a butter and garlic. So I'm not really sure what went wrong. But yeah, I'm not a fan of lobster mushrooms. I might try again, maybe not. I don't know. I really do want to try. Oh, I also tried the pine mushrooms here, like the big ones, like the wild big ones. Not tasty. There's flavor, but not as much flavor as I expected. I hope that it would have, you know. So I was talking to someone, and I think like I was telling them that I think that it's because the pine mushrooms I bought were like the large ones. They were not like the small ones. I'm pretty sure there are a few varieties of pine mushrooms. So maybe the variety that I chose was not the variety that was flavorful. I can't say. I can't tell. But that was the what do I call it? Those were the mushrooms I tried. I really love morels. I got it at the tail end of the season because I was traveling around trying to sort out stuff. And I wasn't able to get it consistently, but I bought a bit of it to try, and hell yeah. Okay, you know how like truffle mushrooms? A lot of people were like crazy over truffle mushrooms for like a period of time. I didn't understand that hype. Not a fan of like truffle mushrooms in any shape or form. I can eat truffle fries. I just think that it's a flavor that people overuse, and it kind of lost like the vibe of it. I don't explain it. It's just not great. I don't like truffle mushrooms. So, but then when I tried morels, I was like, oh, this is like a completely different ball game. Like, what do you mean? It's basically a truffle, but like less like pungent and so much more flavorful. That's crazy. I was like, man, I want more, but then I wasn't around, so I couldn't buy more. I could technically buy dried morel mushrooms, but I don't know if cause it's expensive. Like, I was at the farmer's market just a few weeks back, and they were selling like dried morels. Like, I think it was like obviously because when you dry out mushrooms, they shrink, right? So the packet was like a handful. So there was like a handful of like dried morels. That was like $15, and I was like, man, pricey. But I get it. It's a lot of morels for that amount. 15 is actually considered cheap, but it's also like I don't have money for that. So yeah, more mushrooms, man. So like that's what I'm interested in. I'm not so much interested in food. I'm interested in the flavor of things. Milo insists that makes me a foodie, but I'm not so sure. I feel like the real foodies are the ones that go around different areas and like try like famous restaurants and stuff. I wouldn't consider myself like a foodie, purely because like I'm more interested in how things taste than whether or not a place does it good. Does that make sense? I was also talking to Milo the other day, and I was mentioning how like I have tried so many tiramisu since I came to Vancouver, and yet I haven't found a single tiramisu that was like, this is the tiramisu, this is the one. I have not. Like every single truffle mushroom, no, every single tiramisu is like, okay, yeah, this is a tiramisu. And then what? That was like literally just, yeah, this is a tiramisu, dot dot dot. I don't have anything else I could say that could make this any better or worse, you know? So, I don't know. Oh, I love this song, by the way. Santa, tell me if you're really down. Again, he won't be here next year. If you really cares. I remember when I was working in retail, every time, yeah, can you believe it? I did retail before for another research project. The government was like, good government, yeah. Now, Order, the big guy, was asking like, why do people need jobs? Why are they even working? There's no need for them to work. You know, it's like capitalism. And to prove it, I went to do a retail job. Best decision of my life, worst decision of my life. I actually do like working retail. I think it's like fun. I think customer service is such like a respectable profession, purely because customers are kind of bullshit sometimes. Let's be honest. Wait, let me see. I feel like I'm 4, 5, 6. Okay, 7. I think I'm doing faster than I thought it would be. So yeah, I do enjoy working retail. I did retail for a huge part of like my as a job. I did it for quite a lot. And I would say I enjoy it. Customer service, like retail jobs, because it's like, I think what I value most about it now that I am doing research is that I don't have to think once I clock out. Does that make sense? Like, at least for me, when I'm doing research, right, I'm constantly thinking about the topic. I'm constantly thinking about how to resolve it, how to explain it in a way that makes sense, and like basically thinking about like, let's just say this is like Alvin, right? maybe Elvin is the object that I'm researching on. When I'm researching, I'm constantly staring at Elvin. I'm like turning Elvin around. I'm like trying to figure out what Elvin is, and like looking at Elvin from like different perspectives at once to try and see how else can I view Elvin, right? Oh, I'm shaking the table so much. And that requires a lot of thought, right? That requires a lot of thinking, requires and like the thinking doesn't stop because it's a brain, you know, like you can't give your brain like a time to clock out timing, because like your brain just kind of drifts and like runs into things and be like, oh, this is the right thing. So like when I'm doing research now, like I'm constantly on, like regardless of when I'm resting, when I'm not, a small part of my brain is always running and thinking about like the stuff that I'm studying, right? But then if you're working in like retail, yeah, you deal with fucked up people. Okay, you deal with like the most okay, some customers are wonderful, amazing, they're so sweet. I'm so glad to have met like a very good customers in my time. But then there were also those assholes whereby you just got to put your feet down and be like, yeah, no. and just deal with the problem as it is, right? But like the beauty of it is that even after all that's said and done, once you count your money, once you settle the till, you close the shop, you go home, you're done. There isn't any like thing that you need to think about, you know? It's just like you can just go back and switch your brain off and do whatever the fuck you want, and like there's no like there is stress, but it's not the same kind of stress as having to constantly think about your job 24/7. And that's what I really like about shift work, I would say, like retail, like shift work, is that you don't have to think about it after you're done, you know? And I guess that's something that I really did appreciate about having at a customer service job, is that like I don't have to think past my working hours about the thing, you know? Where was I going with this? Oh, this is such like a spiral. But the reason why I started on this whole rant about customer service is really because like there was like at one of my jobs, like when Christmas arrives, they will repeat like the same 15 song on rotation for like the entire like duration the place was open. So literally at 7:30 a.m. the music would start, and then it will end at midnight. And I like no, at like 10:30. I think it's like 10:30 or like 11. And I kid you not, like I simultaneously hated it and loved it at the same time, because it was so fun and festive to be able to just sing along. But like imagining listening to it for like hours on end, like think like 8-hour shifts, 7 days a week, it takes a fucking toll. So I remember like I always start off like the Christmas season work at that job feeling like this is great, this is wonderful, I love Christmas, I love everyone, this is so much fun. And then like towards the end, the New Year's Day is approaching, I'm like, please make this stop, I'm done. Can we just move on to like the next music now? Can we go back to regular scheduled programming? I'm done. It's a lot like that. But yeah, I had never done F&B jobs before. I think it was also because everyone warned me against it. Like Milo specifically was like, yeah, don't do F&B jobs. It's like they don't pay you enough, and it's basically you work like a dog. So I never, because of that warning, I never tried it out, and I mainly just did like retail, which actually worked out for me perfectly, because like thanks to retail, I learned so much. I learned such good skills in people management. Like I really think that customer service whips you into shape and makes you a better person because of it, you know? That's something I stand by, that customer service makes you a better person, because it makes you realize like it doesn't take a lot to be kind to someone, you know? It doesn't take a lot to be nice to people. All you need to do is just to literally say thank you, smile and say thank you, and go about your freaking day. And like the customer service people will be more than happy to do that, you know, like more than happy to just, you know, go along with it. So yeah, um, it taught me how to be kind to other people and just to be very appreciative of my customer service, of people in customer service in general. And for that, I honestly um, respect retail workers a lot, because as a former retail worker, I get it. I get it. I had no idea that Fall Out Boy had a song like that. What? We can listen to this for a bit. I have never. Okay, yeah, this is weird. This is so interesting. Okay. I'm so confused. I'm so confused. I'm so confused. Wait, is that Kermit? I'm so confused. Was that Kermit? I did not expect that. I did not expect that. Interesting. It's Kermit! I cannot believe it. That's crazy. I didn't realize that Fall Out Boy had like a Christmas song. Okay, music, but the music back down. You know, I wanted to have a Christmas tree at home this year. I was walking past one of the supermarkets the other day, and I saw that they were like selling like Christmas trees, like the small ones, like not the big ones. And I was like, man, I want one. Can't believe that like it's the end of the year and I don't have a Christmas tree. Um, but then like thinking about like, I mean like buying a Christmas tree is one thing, but having to like source the decorations and all that stuff, I don't know if I have the capacity or the money for that. So I was just like, yeah, maybe not. Maybe that's not something that I could be doing right now. So, oh, came out. Oh, but I haven't had any malt wine this season yet, so I really need to get around to that. Yeah, I think this position for knitting is a lot better than the one it was previously. Also because nowadays, like when I stand up to like go get some water and stuff, I basically hit my head against the camera. So I'm like, eh. Okay, let's count. I feel like this is the right one. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yep, this is the one. So it'll be 1, 2 together. Continue. Would I think that sleeves are like the easiest thing to knit? No. It's actually one of the more tedious ones because it's like it's easy, like obviously now like I don't have to think. I just need to like go through it. And I think that's also the hard part because it's not as fun. So you're basically like just doing something mundane over and over again. I think people that knits for Christmas, like gifts for like people for Christmas, I respect them immensely. Because it's like, how do you have the energy to make someone a Christmas present? Like, unless you have like time to just sit there and like knit like 24/7, it's so difficult to just like get people sweaters and stuff. You know, like to like knit sweaters and stuff for like an entire like family. I think that's crazy. Like even just like making scarves for myself is a chore. And I'm saying this because I suddenly like thought about like Harry Potter, Molly Weasley, the mom of like Ron Weasley, and how like there was like I think like a scene whereby like she basically made like a sweater for Harry, I think. Like I think she made a sweater for like Harry alongside with all like her other children. I forget how many children she has. And I was like, that is so difficult. Like imagine if like I have to knit that many sweaters. I think it was like what 6, 7 people, including Harry. I'm not really sure. But like thinking about like how like she probably has to, as soon as she's done with like knitting sweaters for Christmas ends, she has to start knitting for the next year. That's crazy. It's like, you know how long like one sweater takes? It's like at least like 2 months if you're fast, maybe a month, but like that's like in very rare cases. Like what, you don't have a life to work, you don't have to do work and stuff. I mean, granted, in like the story she uses magic to knit for her while she do other things, but like it's also just like, what? Like imagine a real person actually doing that. It's so much work, I wouldn't be able to, you know. That's insane. And here it'll be a stitch. There we go. Knit. Okay, and for this row, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I know I do need 12 now. I just think that it's very amazing. I mean, like I used to. I mean, I grew up with Harry Potter. At least like I saw like the period of time when Harry Potter was like all the rage around the world as well, and I was a huge fan of the franchise until like obviously the whole transphobic rhetoric starts and stuff, and I was a bit like, yeah. Was I sad? Yes, because it was like when the whole thing came out with obviously like the author herself and like how it is, like how do I put it, like when the whole author and like her stance against like trans people came about, I wanted it not to be like true, because a part of me is like, you wrote a story that gave hope to so many kids around the world, you know. like literally, like everyone that has been a child has been touched by your work in some way. And then you come around and say stuff that rejects a portion of these one's children and be like, yeah, I don't stand for your shit. Like, I feel like that was very soul crushing for me, because that story itself, as a kid, I'm saying as a kid, obviously when I grew older and I thought about it, like there were some inconsistencies that I was a bit like, yeah, maybe this wasn't as good as I thought it would be. But as a kid, like it had brought so much hope to so many people, you know. And I was one of those kids as well. So like for her to hear that from her is just a bit like, what the fuck? And when she doubled down on it, I was like, yeah, I grieved a bit. I grieved a lot, I would say, over losing something that has been so central to my identity formation growing up. I grieved and then I let it go, because like I was also of the opinion that when a work no longer serves you in the same way as it did in the past, it's okay to grieve over it and then let it go, you know. It was a huge part of my identity formation in my growing up years. It doesn't have to represent how I want to move on forward from here. So I closed that bit of that chapter after being sad. I don't feel sad about it anymore. I stand by like what I said. I stand by like what I believe in, and so like I no longer support like Harry Potter in any shape, way, or form. But yeah, just wanted to put it out there because like I know I just talked about Molly Weasley and like her crazy ability to knit for so many kids. Still respect the original cast though. I really do. Brilliant actors in their own right. Every single one of them. But I feel like there's also a moral conflict thing that I have. So, I wonder like, because you know how like, okay, so this is a very interesting conundrum that even I myself don't have an answer for. Okay, I still am trying to understand it myself. And obviously everyone, when they are like people that defend J.K. Rowling and her work, even if they have trans like friends or family and all that stuff, the reason why they defend her work is because like they think that to them it's like, oh, we got to separate the art from the artist, right? And like it's like it's like a double debate whereby like one half of it is like, oh, we need to separate the art from the artist. We need to start look at the art on its own terms because like it has been through so much like cultural shifts and changes because of fans who contributed their own thoughts to the work, be it through AO3, be it through like the cultural transformation and like the impact that it has. It's no longer, I mean, it's possible to separate the work from the art from the artist, right? Because it has now transcended beyond belonging just purely to the artist to now belonging to everyone. So that's like the one side of the argument for separating the art from the artist. Okay? The other half of the debate is that we shouldn't separate the art from the artist because no matter what, it will always contain some form of ideal of the artist involved. And therefore, if the artist is flawed, we should also... Hi, but dudes! I'm going through a moral conundrum right now. Do you want to hear it? How have you been? How? I made Mlem into a philosopher for today because I'm feeling quite philosophical today. Sure thing, love to hear it. So I was actually talking about okay, so I'm gonna TLDR for you, and then we get to the moral conundrum. Okay, so is the volume okay for you? Is the volume okay for you? I hope the volume's okay for you. If it's not, please do let me know. It's good? Yeah. Okay, so basically, like to kind of like summarize what I was talking about J.K. Rowling and how I no longer, like, even though she was such a huge part of my childhood, like her story, Harry Potter was a big part of my childhood, I no longer subscribe to it because obviously of her anti-trans stance, and it goes against what I believe in. And I grieved a lot because it was such a huge part of who I am as a person, as a kid growing up, that like now, like I had grieved over it. I closed the chapter, and now I no longer subscribe to anything that is Harry Potter related, out of solidarity for the trans community. So I started talking about like the moral conundrum, right? Of the two sides of the coin, which is art for art of viewing arts for art's sake, the separating the art from the artist and viewing the art as part of the artist. So one side of it is that art for the artist. Wait, where was I? I got tripped up. Basically, one side of it is that the one half of the debate was like, we should separate the art from the artist because the art itself has gained a cultural value of its own apart from the artist. So now, because it's so famous globally, everyone loves it, everyone starts building on it with their own theories and stuff, and you have all these actors and like producers and all that working on it. There is no longer a work that could be part of, like, that could be tied to the author, because it's now separated from the author and it's now its own thing. So we should separate the art from the artist. The other half is that we can never separate the art from the artist, because the art itself is this song always sounds so intense to me, but you cannot separate the art from the artist because like there's always some part of the artist's ideal in the art itself. And that's the other half of like the debate, saying why we should like renounce anything that has to do with Harry Potter and stuff like that, right? I can clearly say I don't have an answer to this, because I myself am also quite I still haven't fully I can't take a side, because like even I myself find it a moral contradiction because of a few cases. Okay, let me just illustrate. So for me, obviously, I don't no longer like subscribe to Harry Potter. I don't actually follow J.K. Rowling on any channels or anything. And I no longer obviously like associate myself with Harry Potter in any sense of the word. And in this debate itself, I can't take a side because it is both still a representative of the artist herself, but also a moral, like, how do I put it? It's also a issue with it is also something that has many people's lives dependent on it. So what I'm talking about that is that there are like the producers who are creating like the shows. There are the actors who are obviously participating in the shows themselves, like especially like the HBO reproduction of it with like children, and like so many producers, so many designers, so many creators that rely on Harry Potter to kind of have their livelihood set out for them, right? So because of that, whatever she says will have a detriment on their livelihoods, right? Because now people are boycotting her stuff. I know that especially in Vancouver, because like obviously right now I'm based in Vancouver, they replaced Stanley Park's like the light up nights with Harry Potter's, I think it was the Forbidden Forest thingy, and I think the tickets sold out for that, which meant there was a backlash obviously, because people were like, how can you replace something that was done for charity with something that was done for profit, right? And also like this is kind of like disrespectful to the trans community in Vancouver. But even with all that backlash, you know, Harry Potter still sold out. Like that one exhibition still sold out, which indicated that despite like the backlash against J.K. Rowling and her beliefs, there is still a very huge population that wants to believe in what Harry Potter stands for, right? And I think it's precisely because of that I can't, in good faith, be supportive of the work or the artist anymore, because it feels a lot like people are just being exploited for her beliefs, because like whatever that she earns from it, obviously like it will save the people that are involved in the work as well, will also go to her funding like anti-trans like bills and stuff, which will inevitably affect other people. So I think that's like my main moral like stance, is that anything that hurts other people aside from yourself, that causes harm to a wide range of people aside from yourself, that's a bad thing. That's something that I personally subscribe to. Obviously there is a whole another can of worms with that I'm not gonna go into. But back to the art, whether art belongs to the artist or like should be separated. So that is the stance I have for this particular problem, right? It becomes a different issue. Say, okay, so like a few years back, I was obsessed with this singer called Moon from Korea. Very good singer. I was taken by his music. I was taken by the way that he writes his songs and everything. He was an up and rising singer in Korea as well. Had begun to write OSTs and stuff like that. But it all came crashing down when it was found out that he was, I think, on the 3-year probation for I don't know if it was peeking at people in toilets or basically I think he installed cameras in the toilets, yeah. And then he basically got caught for that, and then he was on like a 3-year probation. I don't think he went to jail for it. He was just on like a 3-year probation whereby he wasn't allowed to do any of these things anymore, right? And during the time when he was on probation, I think it was like 2-year mark, he became famous. Like he became very popular with like a song that he produced and he sang. And he took the job, and he basically just went on rising without like showing, like without telling his company that he, like the sign company that he signed with, that, oh, I am on probation for this. So when this thing came out, he was immediately cancelled. No one listened to his songs anymore, as far as I know. No one streams his songs anymore. He went completely off the grid. He no longer produced. Okay, so he went off the grid and basically like disappeared from the public eye after the whole thing. He apologized for it and then he disappeared. So, as somebody who enjoyed his music, it was a very hard thing for me to take, because it was a bit like, what do you mean that you were you did something so fucked up like that, right? And like the immediate stance that I should have taken, right? The immediate stance I should have taken was that I no longer listen to his songs. I no longer like ascribe to like or sign like listen and like ascribe to anything that he does and stuff like that, right? But then again, like similar, it's not so much on like the same level as Harry Potter, but his songs brought me through a bad time. Okay, his songs came through for me in a very bad time and gave me like hope to carry on with it, right? And knowing that crushed me a little bit, because it's a bit like, man, I was rooting for you and then you go in and like fucked it up. But then when I think about myself in his scenario, imagine like you were on this 3-year probation, you were serving it, you were struggling through life, and then out of nowhere this opportunity comes up for you to present your songs, something that is so rare, you know, that you can never like get this chance ever again. Would you take it? And I realized that if I was in the same situation as him, not that I ever will be, I would have taken that chance too. I would have taken that chance to be popular, even if it meant that taken a chance to be successful, even if it meant that that success was short-lived. I would have taken it. I'm no better than an average man, right? So then, so the thing about this host, like this particular person, is that I wondered to myself, like, am I being a hypocrite then for not? Because I still, okay, so the thing is, this full disclosure, I still do listen to his songs from time to time. when it pops up on my radar on Spotify, I do listen to them. And I thought to myself that I was a hypocrite for doing that, because it's like, why would I don't support whatever he did, but like, why am I still supporting the work that he does, you know? And I realized that it was really because he has never made the same mistake. In the sense, what I mean by that is that he hasn't been, ever since the time when he got caught for doing that, he has never done it again. And obviously, like, if you were a former singer who has done that and you did that again, they will report it in the news. So he hasn't done it again. I think he's no longer living in Korea as well. I think he moved overseas. So like for a fresh start, I think. So like it's like, and because of that, like the fact that like, or at least that the knowledge that, you know, he made a mistake, he paid for it, even though I don't think that was a very harsh penalty. He paid for it, and then he no longer does it, and kind of like repented for his mistakes. Yeah, he remorseful and he admitted it, and he actually he actually paid his mistakes back, and he never did it again. I feel like that was a good enough kind of like it allowed me to be like, okay, you know what, I feel like in this case it's no longer like the artist himself has showed up for what he did, and I think that it's okay to continue listening to the art. So yeah, like I said, this is a moral conundrum. Yeah, like, and the thing is that she's still harming a lot of people in the process. Then that's why I still think that this is like a moral conundrum that I could never get past, because like I know myself that as a person, like it won't be, dear. It wouldn't be. I don't think that's ever gonna be possible. Harry Potter is too influential for that. Minecraft is, but yeah, it's like I was saying, like it's like I wonder then, like, what are the parameters where you really do have to be like, okay, this is an artist becomes the artist is at fault and we should not engage with art because of that. And like, to what extent is it like, okay, we can actually listen to the art because in spite of what the artist did, the art is good. Does that make sense? Like, I don't know if I'm actually making any sense, because I myself am still like figuring it out, like, as it goes, you know. I'm very troubled by, I'm truly very, very troubled by these things at all times, and like, I don't know what is the right or the correct answer. So it's tough. I mean, like, if you think about it, if it wasn't like, some people are just really morally corrupt, right? And like, but they still managed to create some things for the world that kind of like impacted them in a way that was like, that was irreversible. So for instance, Lord Byron. It's like a very huge, I think Lord Byron is such an easy example because it was so, it's like, he's so accessible. So for context, Lord Byron, you can Google him. He is a novelist. I wouldn't say his novels are that great, but he's considered one of the more popular, like one of the big romantic poets alongside who? Shit, what was his name? I suddenly lost track of his name. Who was the guy that was let me Google this. I have very bad memories, guys. I'm sorry. Byron. Yeah, he's a romantic poet, writer. Oh, Keats, yeah. So like, I think he was I think that one's based on American Parents More Bonds are different. It's a Feliz Navidad. Yes, I had no idea what Feliz Navidad actually stands for. If you have any idea on what it is, let me know. But the reason why I was talking about like Lord Byron is because like, he's so morally corrupt. Like, in like obviously at the point in time it was a different time period. In our time period now, he'll be seen as like a genius person and all that stuff. But he was one of the greats, regarded as one of the greats in romantic I don't remember if he did poetry only. I think he did prose as well. In the romantic movement, right? He slept with so many people that there were rumors that he was actually a sex addict, and he actually almost died because of how much sex he was having. And because of that, because of how wanton he was. Oh, it means Merry Christmas in Spanish apparently. Oh, okay, that's cute. Like, because of how morally corrupt he was, his wife adamantly didn't allow her daughter, Ada Lovelace, to do anything artsy, but made her study, I think, science or like math instead, right? And because of that, we have computer science today. It's because of Ada Lovelace that we have computer science and we have the internet, and I could be speaking to you like that through the computer. It's all because of Ada Lovelace, and her mom, who insisted that she would never become a poet like her father. So in some way, the morally deviant, problematic person has kind of like triggered like the world that we like. It's just wild to me, like that, like something so morally deviant like that could actually start something so huge, and they themselves are still a very respected like a person in romantic literature. So yeah, I was just like, if you look at history, there's so many weird ass people that are like that and still respected. So I'm not surprised that even in our times now, weird ass people are still getting like respect for their works in spite of who they are as people, The early times are wild, yeah. I mean, now it's also pretty much the same thing. Who was that guy? Neil Gaiman. I'm not sure if you know him, Neil Gaiman, the guy that wrote Sandman, American Gods. I had to study a few of his works for American literature. As a literature student, Neil Gaiman, freaking amazing writer. His technical skill in writing is so impressive. I like reading his novels. I wouldn't deny that. He's the way that he crafts stories is so good. It's so well done that like I am actually like I respect the way that he writes a lot, and I strive to emulate like that in some form when I write, because of how Coraline, the Coraline, like that guy, he has been cancelled. I don't know if you actually heard, he has been cancelled. I think because he was a lot like Lord Byron, I think. He had some issue, I think. Wait, what was it? Let me Google it. He's cancelled, by the way. No one actually wants to. Oh yeah. So apparently he has like numerous allegations of sexual assault, abuse, and coercion. Since like 2024. So a lot of people, like, he has been basically been cancelled for a whole bunch of things, including I think sex trafficking. Although I'm not really sure if that is a verifiable thing, but I'm not sure if that has been proven in court yet, so I don't want to say if it's true or not. But he has been accused of all of that. So it's a bit like, I mean, doesn't mean that if you're a father or a mother, you still wouldn't do corrupt things, There's so many people who use like a good image to hide like the bad stuff that they do. So I'm not surprised actually. Right? So like I actually think to myself, like, instead, like I just like wonder at like the astronaut filmer. Yeah. But I think that here there's been a different slice between Ned Farmer and Neil Gaiman. Okay, is that um at least like Neil Gaiman never really advertises about his personal life to the extent that Ned Farmer did, and I think that was why the backlash with Ned Farmer was so huge. Probably because like Ned Farmer actually really did like I love my wife and all that stuff, you know. So it was a bit like what the fuck, you know, like that's like so fucked up of you to say. Um so whereas like I feel like Neil Gaiman never really like advertised his like personal life as much. He was very active on social media and he has a lot of fans who love like the way that he interacted with them and how he spoke about like issues on the ground. Um that was why I think that was such like a big like shock, I think, to a lot of the people in the writing community as well as like fans of his work, because it's like, how dare you, you know, like you were the person that everyone was rooting for, everyone was supporting you and like standing behind you for the things that you said that you believed in, and now you're telling me that all of that was fake, you know. Actors can learn a thing or two from Keanu Reeves. You mean the writers? Or like just celebrities in general? Keanu Reeves? I mean, you can't compare people to Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves is like it's like he's a god. Like isn't there like this whole thing whereby like he basically like photoshopped him onto like a picture of Jesus and like basically worshipped him? No? What? You never heard of that before? How people like saying Keanu Reeves is basically Jesus? Not really. You can go and Google it. You can go and Google it. It was a whole thing on social media at one point. I'm not saying that I think he's God. I'm just saying that people actually like pedestalize him, yeah, to that extent. I mean, there's always good and bad people, to be honest. I mean, I want to say there's good and bad people. I personally don't really like using the word good or bad. The words good or bad, because like honestly, this world has become so gray that it's like hard to even ascribe those two terms to anything anymore. Um, but like, I just feel like there's a lot of like, I mean, they're just humans, right? Like they are allowed. I mean, if humans are allowed to have opinions on things, differences, you know, and stuff like, you know, if they're allowed to have all of that, then like why can't celebrities too, you know? Because in the end, celebrity is also human, right? So like they if they have that sort of thing about them that like kind of fucked up and stuff like that, then it's just humans. It's just a human thing, right? Doesn't mean what they're doing is I mean, if they harm lots of people in the process of executing something that they believe in, then I don't think that I feel like they're fucked up. But like, you know, I think it's a very human trait to have, to be flawed. Okay, enough about the moral conundrums. It's so like depressing. Need a sip of water. Oh, don't drop. This angle's a lot better, right? Because I remember like in the past few streams, every time I do this, like people can't see. I feel like this is a lot better as a position. Michael Bublé as Thor. Honestly, true. You know, right? Michael Bublé has so many good songs that like I feel bad that he's only remembered for his Christmas songs. Like Mariah Carey. I mean, obviously I know they earn some lots of money, but it's also like, man, you know, Michael Bublé has a very good song by I Just Haven't Met You Yet. That song was a jam. It was such a good song. I love that song. Ooh, need to stretch my shoulder in a bit. Knitting takes a lot of like stress on the shoulders actually. That's a banger. Yeah. It truly is a banger. I'm quite curious to see how New Year's Day would be like. Because I haven't actually celebrated New Year's Day in Vancouver before. So I'll be curious to see like what it would be like. I wonder if there is going to be any like fireworks or anything. Because obviously like fireworks are such a staple of New Year's Day, right? It's been so long since I watched a firework, to be honest. Christmas. Also I regret buying like stuff during Black Friday because they're taking so long to arrive and I'm like, I want it now. I want it now, but I'm not getting it yet and it's like pissing me off so bad. I want it now. And then I realized that the immediacy of modern day life has spoiled me. And I would do good to just not be so whiny about it. I remember people were talking about it over the weekend, how like Black Friday is no longer Black Friday. I mean, I personally never experienced like Black Friday in America, although I really wanted to because I was like, I heard it's a lot like anarchy. I really want to like feel like experience what it's like. But I was situated somewhere else at that point in time, so I wasn't able to like experience like Black Friday, like a true Black Friday. Who sang this song? Oh, Gwen Stafford and Blake shouted. That's interesting. But like a lot of people are saying like, oh, it changed a lot. Like the deals are not as good as it was before. And like oh, but like you know nobody's dying for over a toy now. And I'm like, I mean, I never actually experienced it myself. I only ever watched it on like TV. How people were fighting over like toys and stuff, and I was like, that's crazy. Like, why would anyone do that? But I do feel that Black Friday sales have dramatically changed. Because in the past, like Black Friday sales was about clearing stock, right? But like because like now like the global supply chain has gotten so continuous and so efficient that like there isn't really a need to clear like dead stock because like there's like constantly always a flow of like stuff being produced. So there isn't a need to like clear dead stock because like things just keep coming, right? And because of that, like I feel like Black Friday now is like, because it's a courtesy name for like certain discounts, but it's not really like anything crazy anymore, which is quite sad to see because I would have loved to experience it now that I'm in North America, but like obviously everything's now online, so everything's well stocked, so I don't have to worry about things like going out of stock, and they're all like basically just 10% off instead of like 70% off. So like I don't know, man, like I need to count. I think I need to 12 this time around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. The sleeve's getting longer and it's getting more annoying. Okay, why I'm saying it's annoying is because like I don't even know this, but this is like twisted a few times and I keep like doing this so that it will stop like twisting itself. That's my annoyance with making sleeves. It's like it constantly twists and twists and twists, and it's just like, I don't like that. Okay, I'm gonna change songs. Ooh, love this song. Miss Britney Spears. Time to stretch. In a bit. I'm gonna see how long it takes before my hand starts to tire. Because like, once it tires, it means I have to stop for the day. I don't want to get injured knitting, you know? I know some people who get injured knitting and I don't want to be one of them. Santa, can you hear me? Tell me, darling. Carpal tunnel is real. Yeah. Oh, that was what it was called. I was calling it Chinese elbow just now. Carpal tunnel, yeah. Can you hear me? So good this year. This one thing is all I want underneath my Christmas tree. Are you making Blam tell a joke? Blam is asleep though. Will Blam wake up for it? Did Taos know that Plato spoke of the forms as a true reality? No, I don't remember that. Plato said many things. I can't remember them all. Yeah, let Mem sleep. I think Mem is tired. Also, I shifted like I was playing Animal Crossing just now. Because obviously I have to like make sure everything's updated. I don't know if I should restart my island. I finally got to a point where like, okay, I feel a bit more rich now. I feel like I could start spending a bit more. But then like, I was looking at like the shape of the island and I was like, I don't really like the shape of this island now. Why did I choose this? But at the same time, it's like because I chose it, I have to just like live with it, right? Lol, yeah, it's true. Drinking some water. Terraforming it? Oh, but I haven't gotten the terraforming ability yet. I haven't unlocked it yet, so it's hard. Right now, I'm just like trying my best to envision what it would look like and how it would look like. And then like work on that. In future, the bells allow. No, but like the terraforming ability, I think like I have to unlock it like when I upgrade my house. But I haven't had the money to upgrade my house, so I probably will probably do a stream on time traveling and trying to rig the stock market. We'll see. We might try and rig the stock market. Okay, I'm not sure if we can, but we will try. Love it. In reality, that would be called flawed. Time to unleash what? The inner Jordan Bell. Who is that? Who is Jordan Belfort? Who's that? I never heard the name before. The Wolf of Wall Street? Oh. I had never watched that show before. I know everyone's like saying that it's like Leonardo DiCaprio's like seminal work and all that stuff, but I don't really care. Why does this song sound like? For a moment I thought this was like Black Parade. Holy shit. Okay, we're gonna switch to some Korean songs. I'm tired of Christmas. Christmas is not even here yet. Okay, we're gonna play a singer that I haven't heard in a long time. And it's Wow. So maybe a Song Si-kyung period for now. In case you don't know who Song Si-kyung is, he's considered the king of ballads in Korea. Very good singer. Many hits. Gonna play a song louder so that I can let my voice rest. Can you hear the song? It was a controversial movie because it was funded by Joe Lo. Who the hell is Joe Lo? Oh, one man beat. Wait, what? For real? The one with Malaysia? It's wow. The world is a small ass place, huh? That's wild, man. The world is a small ass place. Smaller than we think. Honestly, that sounds a lot like what a syndicate would do, right? The mafia funding a movie about a mafia. Okay, so I actually also heard recently that this song is great, yeah. It's an OST for My Love from the Stars. I was saying, the name of the song. This song came from the OST for Your Love from the Stars. Oh, and I was talking about. Oh, I realized I was saying something else, right? I was saying that recently I've been reading news about how like many sites are trying to push for vertical streaming, and like I think it's because like they want to like target people that are on the go more often, because now more and more people are like doing gig works and stuff instead of like actually like staying at their computers. It's also really interesting because like vertical streaming is already really huge in China. So I've just been like thinking about how much of that like has been influencing like Western like Western media in choosing to go into vertical streaming. And I also wonder if it'll work, because like so many of people in like North America and in Europe use computers. So like I just wonder. It's also really interesting because I was speaking to a friend, a fellow researcher, who was telling me that apparently like the vertical streaming is so huge in China now, because of and it's mostly because of like the working class. So like the lower income working class people are using their phones to watch live streams a lot, and that is what fueling like the popularity and like the big movement of people towards vertical streaming. I wonder why is that capturing their attention so much though. think it's also because of like the on-the-go element that it probably has. I'm not really sure how that will fare for like North America, I would say. Yeah, especially when TikTok is our home show and Douyin are the main streaming elements. Yeah, I mean they also have Bilibili, but Bilibili also does more vertical streaming now than desktop. So also Douyin and TikTok are the same thing. In case any of you do know, Douyin is basically the Chinese version of TikTok. TikTok itself is based in America, I think. Oops, but you do think I'm right? About what? They're trying to cater more to some mobile users. Yeah. I feel like that's actually a very smart move because not everything you can do on like a mobile phone, right? You don't actually have to use a desktop for it. Apparently YouTube is shifting towards that as well. Like vertical streaming. So I really wonder like how it will bode for gamer streams. So like people who make a living streaming games, because streaming games you need a desktop for it, right? Like the bigger like AAA games and all that stuff. So I wonder how they're gonna adapt that to a vertical format, especially if so many of those games are not particularly adaptable for mobile gaming. So I don't know. I'm curious to see how it will develop, to be honest. Next song. Yes, most popular games are played in landscape mode too. Yeah, but like it's like a small like style of landscape, right? Yeah, so I'm just thinking about like the logistics of it. It doesn't. So far, I am not really sure like how they're going to like accommodate that. But we'll see. I mean, like with all things that are changing, right? Eventually they'll find a way, right? So I'm not surprised if they actually do. This is your favorite song by far from Sikyong? Have you been listening? Have you listened to his other songs before? I'm sorry for my horrible singing. You found his discography recently? Great. The way he sings his song is something else. So good. He's such a good singer. And so easy on the ears too, I feel. Like his songs, his voice isn't like crazy unique or anything, but it's just easy on the ears and very like sentimental, so it sticks to you. Might be a year for you. I'm glad to hear that. Song Sikyong is a very good singer. This song I think is on the same level as Kim Bamsu's Pogo Shipta in terms of like karaoke songs. Oh, another generational bop. What other songs do you feel? What other songs do I feel are on the same level as those songs? Pogo Shipta and Cordi에서? Wow, this is a very hard question for me because like I mean like if it's not in Korean, 那些年, I think that's also a really good one. Lovable by Kim Jong-kook. Really? I feel like it's such a different vibe though. Like it's not like it's so hard to sing in karaoke. We're talking about songs that are like, oh, you mean like generation bop instead of like songs you can sing in karaoke, right? Okay, I'm gonna change songs. I'm just going through like all like his classic discography. Let's do karaoke songs. 那些年 definitely. What else? What was that song? The one, the 悲伤的故事. What was that song? What's the name of that song? Was it Alin who sang it? I can't remember. Yes, right. 有一种悲伤的故事. I think that's the song of the name of the song. 有一种悲伤. Yeah. That song is also another one, another bop. What about you? What do you think is a generational bop? Like in terms of like karaoke songs? It's crazy she sang that song on the first take. Oh really? Did she? You mean like first take as she recorded in first take? Or like she sang on the first take like the YouTube channel? Those are very two different things. 朋友. Oh, okay. I don't actually think I know that song. Who sang that song? 朋友. Maybe you could play after this. Oh, she sang on the YouTube channel. Okay. I have to go and listen to that later on then. 朋友. Who sang that song? Okay, I know this is a personal favorite, but I really like 给我一首歌的时间 by 周杰伦. That's also another one of my favorites. 周华健. Ah. Oh wait, I think I know the song. Maybe later we should play that. But I do think Big Bang has some of the best K-pop songs for karaoke. Like, don't say Bang Bang Bang, because Bang 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 is impossible to sing. It's like fun to dance to with friends, but I don't think it's like good. How do I just read your mind for that? No, as a Bang 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 is not a song to be sung. It's so hard to sing. Huh? I would think that you probably like. I would think like Haru Haru or like Blue would probably be like a better song to sing than like Bang Bang Bang. Like Bang 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 is crazy. How do you even sing that? Here you go. I'm dead. You'll never catch me dead singing a Big Bang song. It's too hard. I can't rap. The song Lies. You think Lies is a good song to sing in a karaoke? The MV is iconic. Oh yeah, that's true. Oh, there is one singer that I feel like has really good karaoke songs. Let me find them. Okay, I killed two of them. Lies. Oh, you think it's TJ, this song? I'm running out of battery. I will change my battery in a bit. Okay, let me do that now. Give me a moment. It's called Hee by Song Si Kyung. There you go. Okay, but this is Mucked Up. This is Mucked Up. This is who I think it's like should be a karaoke placeholder. But sadly, Mucked Up isn't that like popular, which is quite sad. Like domestically, I think they're pretty popular. Yeah. But this group's a lot newer. You heard it before? The emotions, yeah. No, it's not an OST song. It's literally just a song from his album. God damn, we could write about one. Yeah, I think so too. But this song is like so hard to sing. But you know what's the sad thing? Because this song is not famous or popular, it's so hard to find in karaoke lounges. Not a single one karaoke lounge I've been to has this song. It has to be like the ones where like they have like YouTube like connected to it. Otherwise, like, I could never find this song, which is crazy to me. What a good song. What a good song. What a banger. The next song is also by them. Came out again. Oh, you haven't heard of this one yet? It's a more later, it's a newer song. It's a lot softer of a song, I would say. That's the song. Let's play someone else. Mm. Was this the song that you're talking about? Was this the song that you're talking about? I see. Okay, we're gonna play this song because you talking about it just now. Oh, yeah, this song always is like on the same level as Graduation by Friends Forever. I don't know if you remember even know that song. The Vitamin C one. They always play these songs side by side at like graduation ceremonies. Same vibes, honestly. 记得那些日子不再有。But I really like wonder like how many people actually stay friends like that for the rest of their lives. I realized that was like a really depressing thing to say. So, especially since like he's singing about having friends for the rest of your life. But I'm just like, how many of them actually do stay? So refreshing to hear a Chinese song. It's been a long time. You know, because I keep listening to like Korean and like Thai music that I haven't been listening to like Mandarin songs. So that was kind of nice. This is Yonha. I think like she's also a very karaokeable person. She has so many good songs. Ooh, I should play like one like for her and this song. She has like so many gems. Changing the way that I am knitting right now because my hand kind of hurts, so I'm gonna try it. We're gonna do this for a little bit. Oh, it happens when you're knitting for like a long time. It happens. Please don't jinx me. The couple title begins. I Every time I sing this song in karaoke, I feel simultaneously liberated and can't breathe. So hard to sing. Constantly high tones. Sorry, the yarn is flying around because it's like it left like that, so like it's just flying around. I can't. This song is so hard to sing. It's getting a bit hard to knit this. Reason why is because like, I have been reducing like every 10 to 12 rows, and like this circular needle is getting like a bit too big for to hold like the yarn, so it's gonna start pulling, I feel. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. Okay, now I have to do 14. We're actually quite quick. We're actually reaching like almost the end. Let me show it to you. Like, we literally just like finished until here, and we have been working like this entire thing. So like we're actually on our last two before we start on like the ribbing. So we're actually quite fast, I would say. We're doing good. This is the song that feats Epic High. Yeah, but you can see that I'm struggling a little bit right now because of like how tight it has become. So I'm gonna like just do this so that it will loosen up the... Oh shit, came out. Don't come out. Knitting tips? Not so much a tip, this is like me trying to survive, you know? But it's a bit hard because you can tell like it's really tiny. So actually it might be better if I switch to like longer needles for this, but we'll see. Just wanna see whether or not I can continue. Yeah, it's a bit hard now. This is like the material of this is slightly different from the others. You can tell this is like PVC, so it's like a lot more and like this is a lot harder as well. So it's good for like when you're doing like tight stuff or like this, but like after a while it becomes a bit annoying. So we'll just work with what we have. Oh, I lost my stitch marker. Oh, there it is. Oh, this is just the Yonha version. It's not the Epic High version. Okay, so this is the background for this song. Why I say it's like a Yonha version. So basically, when this song came out, it's Umbrella by Epic High with like feat Yonha. and it became their best-selling song. It basically kind of like saved them. And then today it's still like their best-selling song. It basically feats Epic High. And as a way of giving thanks, Tableau actually made like a pure like umbrella only version for Yonha. Like without like Epic High raps in it. It's just her. So this is the version. Yeah, so this is the version. Because of like how much money this song put in for Epic High, like they decided to give one entire song to her. Honestly, I think that's a very smart move. It basically guarantees her like the royalties of this song, you know? Crazy, right? It's a good song, yeah. The next song, I think a few of you will probably be familiar with it, because there is a Chinese version of the next song. I don't know if it was the Chinese version that started first, or it was the Korean version that started first. At a point in time, like when some backlog, when Korean K-pop was still like fledging and still like finding its legs, there was a lot of like crisscross movement of music between like the Chinese, Japanese, and Koreans as well. Like they'll buy songs that were popular in one country and adapt it into the other country. So they and like sometimes it was done illegally as well. Like plagiarism basically. So there's like legal ways and there's like a plagiarism ways, but just know that there's a lot of cross making at that point in time. So I cannot for the life of me remember whether the Korean one was the original or like the Chinese one was original. But yeah, just know that there's like a few versions of this song. If you know the name of the Chinese version, let me know, please. This song sounds familiar. Yeah, there's a Chinese version of this song. That was what I was saying. There's a few versions of this song. I don't know which one came first, but at a point in time when this song was created, there was a lot of cross pollination, um, people like buying rights to songs and remaking them. So there'll probably be a few versions of this of certain songs from this era. So there is a Chinese version. I just need to find it. I don't remember the name. Something like that, yeah. I can't remember the Chinese version of this song. Let me see. It's called Fort Pini Bono, honestly. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, there's a Japanese. Oh wait. Uh. Wow, I can't remember. There is a version of it. Uh. Yeah, I can't remember like the version of the song. But it was a completely different name, so like I probably will be able to find it under that. Okay, let's change the songs. I've been obsessed with this song recently as well. Now it's back to the Chinese. This is such like a mess of a song sequence, but yeah. I don't know, like this song, the singer has a very cat-like tone. Like when I hear him sing or when I listen to him sing, I feel like I'm listening to a cat. Yeah, this is what I hate. You see how like it's like twisting? And I have to like untwist it in order to be able to continue anything. That always happens. But yeah, I feel like we're getting good progress on the sleeve today. Which is what I actually intended. Because I haven't been making really much progress. This person also has very cat-like voice. I don't know, what's up with like Japanese singers and sounding like cats? Yeah, that is quite a bit of progress. Yeah. Consistency is key. Although it's boring, it's key. Many things in life are boring too, but you gotta do it in order to progress. Christ. So for this like section, I need to do 14. I don't know if I can actually hit that by today, but we'll see. But basically, you're reducing so that like when we reach like the rib stage, like it will like cinch up really nicely and like kind of like grips your arm, your wrist. You know, that's like what you're aiming for. In theory, it is going faster because we are working less the stitches. But then again, you know, Sisyphus, uphill task. Or maybe it's just that I like cat-like songs. I heard this song on like the first take, and it was so good. Apparently, it's like a very well-loved song in Japan. It is. I heard it's a very well-loved song in Japan, I think. My neck hurts now. Is it so long since I knitted for like 3 hours? Or at least like close to it. I like the training I need. Okay, this counts. Okay. I have 7 more rows to go. And then I think I would stop. I can't sing Japanese. Okay, let's see what's the next song. Changing the way that I need again, just because I need to get my head rest. Oof, 3 hours knitting is like tough. If I'm quiet, I'm sorry. I am like, my brain is like blank now. I have exhausted all my means of talking. Also because like this entire week I've been thinking a lot about work and stuff, so I am tired. So I'm sorry. I'm letting the music do all the carrying today. But I hope like the song selection has been good. Ah! Eh, got trapped. Sounds like Korean OST. It's by Shirose. Japanese. The white gem guy. Ooh, my left knee is hurting. I think like tomorrow's gonna rain. That's such an old people thing to say. It's my left knee is hurting, so I think it's gonna rain. Usually that's the case. Three more rows. Woo! We're back to Plave. This is actually one of my favorite songs from Plave, actually. It's such a chill song. It's like a sleeping song. Oh, also, my friend managed to get like the Plave dolls. Uh, And then like she took a picture and sent it to me, and I was like, oh my god. Okay, so okay, I stand like in the group. My personal like favorite is like Hamin. Um, but like I'm a huge fan of Cinemoro, and turns out that like the doll, because it's a collaboration with Sanrio, right? Um, the Cinemoro one went to Yejun, which is like the leader, right, instead of Hamin. So I was like deciding whether do I want like the Cinemoro more or do I want like Hamin's doll more. And I decided on like the Cinemoro doll because like, I thought like the way that they designed like the character doll for Yejun is much cuter. So I was like, okay, I'm fine. I'll just go for Cinemoro, right? Then she sent a picture to me, and I was like, wait a minute. Why does the Hamin doll look better in real life than it did in the screenshots, like the pictures that they were taking for like the product item pictures? Why does it look better like in real life? And I was like, God damn, I want that too now. So I'm like torn. I'm thinking to myself whether or not do I want to tell her like I'm gonna take both, or I'm just gonna stay with Gage, because honestly I don't need two dolls. Uh, and I'm not really a collector by any means, so like it doesn't really, how can I put it, like I don't go out of my way to collect like album or like merchandise. The only reason why I actually bought this album was probably because like I just really loved like the idea of collaborations. Yeah, I'm a slut for these things, but like yeah, so I was just like, man, do I get both? Do I get one? What is like the best solution? I don't know. I mean, I'll definitely still get the Yejun one. That one's like a non-negotiable, because like I really do think, like even in the pictures that she sent me, I really do think that it was like the Yejun Cinemaro doll was really cute. So I don't know if I still want a Hamin one. We'll see. Oh, wait, are we on 13? Yeah, I think one more and then we can reduce. And then we'll be in good time. Yeah, so that was why I was very torn up about whether or not I want Hamin or not, because I don't really uh I'm not a huge fan of the Sanrio character that he has. But like I saw like the picture of like the merch that my friend got for me, and I was like, maybe, just maybe. I'm just waiting on her to give me like the prices so that I could transfer that money, and then I'll probably decide then and there whether I want the Hamin one or not. We will see, you know, we only live one life, right? So we should just spend it on things that we like. But like I also do think that there's a lot of other things that I could be spending my money on aside from on K-pop goods. So like a VTuber model. No, I'm kidding. I like my current VTuber model. I made it by hand. I mean, I drew it. I made it by hand. I suffered for it, so I'm gonna milk this as much as possible. But I think it'll be really cool to have like a nice like professional model. To be honest, like hell yeah, like I made this myself and everything. But like when I see people really like pretty, thank you, dudes. But like when I see people with like really beautiful like models, like the tracking and everything is like so fluid and all that, can't help but get a little bit like, man, I wish I could do that too. Or like wish I could have that too. But obviously, you know, we can't have like everything in life, right? So I will just continue staring in envy. Okay, let me see the counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14. Yeah. Okay, well, final roll, guys, for today. In good time too. You know what's the most painful thing about knitting sleeves? Is that there are two. Knowing that I finish one doesn't do anything for me because I know I have another one I need to clear. And it's going to be the exact same thing. So it's unique and there's a certain charm to it. Oh, thank you, Bituts. I'm glad you love it. I like to think I'm pretty magnetic myself, so it's not going over. Okay. You know when your hand is tired, right, during knitting? But you're literally trying to loop it over, but like it's like not going over. Yeah, we're almost done. Ugh. Snip, snip. Okay, and we are done for today. Just doing 3 so that it won't slip out the stitches. But yes, yes. Okay, you want to see like the progress we made? We will like, we will literally like hear this now. Okay. We will literally like hear this now, but we actually made it to here. Can you see how much progress we've made? We were like this. Like 3 hours of knitting can do this much. But like I also have another sleeve to do, so I'm like a bit annoyed now. Like, oh my god, what do you mean? Why do I have 2 sleeves? Why do I have 2 arms? Okay. That's ridiculous. Obviously I have 2 arms. If not I will not be able to knit at all. Horrible thing to say. That seems like the day we want these according to. Yeah, I agree. Okay. There we go. We're done today. I really love the reaping on this. I just wanna like share how like this is so genius. From now on, all my reaping is going to be like that. Like all of the other knits I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use this reaping. This is why I love getting patterns, is because like they give me ideas for like stuff that I probably will never know about. And now like I know how to do this, I'm gonna do this for every single knit that I have. Like I'm gonna make in the future. So yes. Thank you all for coming today. Let me just change the music a bit. And lower the song. Okay. Thank you all for coming to my stream today. 3 hours of knitting. Not easy, I would say. I have never done like 3 hours of knitting while talking. It's usually either one or the other. So this is tough, but I did enjoy myself. I'm very proud of like the amount of like progress we made on it as well. So that's good. It was what I was looking for. Thank you all for coming to my stream. I probably should say my usual stuff, and we actually ended on good timing, so I'm actually quite happy. Oh, we actually ended 10 minutes earlier than that. You did it probably. Thanks for dudes. Okay, so just well, usual stuff. Thank you for coming to my stream. Just note that this stream, as with all my other streams, are part of a UBC research study. While today's content may not be related, if you chat with me via the chat, you consider as consenting. So anything entered in the chat plus the record of live stream will be used as research data. So if you chat at me and realize that you don't want to be a part of this anymore, feel free to DM me or email me at any time. If you're just here to watch, feel free to stay around. I'll be obviously in the end of the stream. Just let me know if you have any questions about it all, okay? I will respond as much as I can. Otherwise, have a good evening, guys. Have a good weekend. I know many of you are still like struggling through exams and all that stuff. So just do your best. Keep your head down, do your best, and you'll be fine. Otherwise, please do take a break. Remember to drink lots of water as well. I'll see you all next week. Bye.